I'm here and I'm very excited to be joined by maybe the most talented lifter in the entire league, men or women, Tammy
I don't
McClure.
know about that.
Tammy, welcome to the show. How are you tonight?
Hello. Well, that was quite the intro. I
Well,
don't know about
I
that.
I really think the numbers do the talking, Tammy. I mean, let's be honest. In the six events in the Super Series, you beat me in two of them, and I'm not exactly tiny. So, um, you beat me in the hilts by a kilogram and in the hub by 2 kilograms. So, you are. you- I didn't on purpose score it for you against the men in your weight class, but you would have done quite well. So I'll just leave it at that. So why
Thank
don't
you.
you give the viewers at home a little bit about a little background about your athletic background, what led you to be the superstar you are today, and then I have some other questions for you.
Yeah, just to keep it on the shorter side, I have a track and field background. I did, I was more of a jumper, so
Mm-hmm.
more legs than arms. But I think it's the rock climbing that kind of, led me into the grip sport. Because you just build, a solid base. If you've been climbing for quite a few years, you get those tendons nice and built up. And I think the climbing is what kind of led me into the grip sport, but also Jen Tibbenham too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Jen's a longtime Armlifting USA member. I've known Jen for oh gosh, since 2018, I think I met her. And Jen is a whole ball of energy, that's for sure. Maybe I should have her on the show next, if we can get
Yeah.
the time zone thing worked out. Um, but Jen, yes, Jen led you here, and now you're here. So, what are some of the goals that you might have in upcoming competitions, Tammy? Do you have any goals in
Goals. Let's see.
particular?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm really close on a vertical bar to the 200 mark. I hit like 190 at the Super Series, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, it would be rad to hit 200, maybe in Florida. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, that would
I think
be quite something. What
Sarah's probably
else?
gonna
What
get
are some
there.
other goals you
So
may or may not have?
just keep on trying to up my numbers.
So why don't you talk about which one of the events, if you have one, is your favorite event and why?
I definitely like the open freestyle hub. I think it just
Hmm.
fits my hands super well. I think that's one where like weight class doesn't really matter. I think it's your hand size, and maybe I have just the perfect like average size of hand, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly true. Have you tried the new Saxon bar, the 2x5 Saxon bar yet?
Not yet, but Jessie, she's my
Hmm.
buddy and
Yes.
training under your program. Yeah.
Hmm.
Jessie got one, so I'm been texting her, hey, when can I come over and try it? Yeah, I'm
Right.
curious to see if it feels harder or easier or about the same as the 3 inch. What do you think?
Well, I personally like it better. It's a different challenge for sure. I think the people who have slightly smaller hands will really like it because I think they'll feel they really are grasping it well, but it is narrower. So everyone's
Yeah,
hand has different strengths and weaknesses. And that's what we're looking for by changing the implement. It's still a pinch, but that whole inch closer, it may not be the same outcome in the contest. So I suggest to practice with that one, and I know Jesse's got the bar. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I think I would definitely practice with it, and everyone's going to react a little differently. I think most people lift more weight a little bit. How much more they lift is all an individual thing because it kind of depends on where you drop the Saxon bar. Maybe is it your thumb? Is it your wrist? What part of your hand? Is it your fingers? What part of your hand fails? So I think it'll be very exciting to see all the top people in Orlando already. In 5 days, we've had 41 people sign up already.
yesterday was like a plane ticket booking day. I got my tickets to Florida and then Portland for King Kong. Woo woo. The
Great,
couch potato brother. Yeah. Yeah.
great.
The
Well,
Shaoduan brothers. I say it right.
yes. Yeah, Frank and Adam are very nice guys. I've lifted actually in Portland at their house. Great guys. I'm sure you'll have a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah. I did it
They
last year
they
there. Yeah.
yeah, they really have a positive environment over there. Um,
Yeah.
very encouraging to all lifters. Um, really nice people, for sure.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Um, so with regards to um, your competition, you know, you've been beating the other ladies in the weight class pretty well. I mean, you had the biggest margin of victory of anyone, male or female, in the Super Series. So, how does it feel like at the Arnold Classic, for example, when you were left there on the axle and your only competitors were these giant of humans, Gabby Dixon and Sarah Chaplow? How did that make you feel?
I don't really look at, I don't know. I don't look at the body size really. Like,
Mhm.
to me, it's just kind of pushing what I can do and trying to PR. And it's also fun to play with those other gals, Gabby and Sarah. They're so strong. So I
Yes.
was super psyched. Yeah, that I don't know. I think a lot of it is your hand size, not necessarily your body weight. So, but I mean, on those bigger lifts like the axle and yeah, maybe the Saxon. Yeah, if you have a little more meat to throw back the bar, that I think that would maybe help a little bit. But a lot of it, I think, is maybe hand size. So I have fairly big hands for a lady. I have like 7.25-inch hands.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was really cool. I had a great time at the Arnold's. The stage was pretty rad, and just the crowd, the energy. You guys up there, cheering us on and getting the crowd to cheer us on. Yeah, it was just cool. It was fun environment to walk around and go see all the other booths and see all the other sports happening. So I'm looking forward to that again next year. So
Me too. And I have a few surprises up my sleeve, Tammy. I can't say
oh, yeah,
yet, but
tell me right
um,
now.
no, I can't tell anyone. It's not firm yet. It's not locked in, but
You're teasing us.
I'm
Yeah.
working to make the Arnold even better than it was last year.
Okay.
So what
Bacon?
advice would you give to another lifter, and maybe they don't have a track and field background, but maybe it's a mom. You have two young kids, right? You always post pictures of those cutie
Yeah.
pies on the internet. Um, and but who's looking to get involved in something? What advice would you give them?
Oh, well, I suppose if they're already watching this, that's kind of a clue that maybe there's a little bit of interest, right?
Hmm.
Um, I'm usually not the type to tell people what to do with their time and, but
Hmm.
if it wasn't for Jen Tibbenham, I wouldn't be at the Arnold's or the Olympia doing these competitions and meeting awesome people and just having a good time. So I don't know. I think you do need people like that, like some cheerleaders to really grow the sport. I think it sets good habits in place, right? Like you sign up for a competition, you want to do maybe better at that competition than the last time, or if it's your first
Hmm.
time, then just want to go for it, right? Like why not? It's I feel like the crowd is super friendly and inviting, and it's not a tough environment to be in. It's not crazy competitive. I don't feel like it was. There's some sports out there that are pretty intimidating. I feel like getting into, but arm lifting is just everybody's just encouraging and friendly. Um, and once you have that competition in place, you take better habits, right? You train for it. You replace the training with eating ice cream on the couch at night, right? Okay, I do both. I do both, but maybe less ice cream. But
Me too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And you take care of your body because you want to feel good. Um, it's setting good habits in place when you become an athlete. It's not all about how you perform the day of. It's kind of the leading up to it, right? And
Mhm.
so there's really nothing lost besides maybe like $20 or, the travel and getting there and all that. But there's nothing lost, and you're gaining new friendships, new experiences, new ways to take care of your body, new recovery practices, all that stuff that kind of adds up to a lifestyle of just taking good care of yourself and having fun. And it's kind of for me, it's sort of a self-expression. It's just, it's a part of who I am and what I choose to do with my time. And not everybody's going to like that, but if you find a few people who are, inspired by it, then maybe they'll get bit by the bug too. And yeah, who knows? How was that
No,
for
that
a
was
ramble? And yeah.
yeah, that was a series of very wise words, Tammy, and I appreciate you sharing that because you're one of the first people that I've heard that has the same sentiments as me because I don't do all of this just for me, right? I try to do it for all of us so we can all have fun, exciting, big events to go to and it's an expression of who I am as a person as well. So, you're one of the first people I've heard clearly articulate that, and I appreciate that on several levels. So, very wise words, Tammy. Very wise. Um,
Thanks.
well, I really want to thank you for taking the time to not only have this interview tonight, but to lift in our league and to inspire tons of other people, like your friend Jessie, for example, who's quite good in her own right, um,
Yeah.
to get out there and to give it a shot. I think there's tons, especially of women, because some people do message me and they're interested, but they don't take that next step. And I think that the advice you just gave of living your lifestyle and making it fun for you and meeting the community and the other people is really I I think a lot of people do it for a lot of reasons, and I appreciate the way you articulated that. So I'm gonna have to end the interview now, but I'm sure we'll have you back, especially when I choose the right time zone this time. Um, but thank you for giving us some of your time tonight. I'm sure everyone is super excited to see you lift in Orlando and also in the King Kong event in October. Best of luck to you in your preparation for both. And
Are you doing King Kong?
just
Are
no,
you doing King
I'm
Kong?
not right now. There's too much
Yeah.
organizing that I have to do for everything else. I've put all my
Similar
eggs
time.
in the Orlando basket.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
So,
for your time and your hard work, Riccardo.
well,
Ricardo,
you
you're my East Coast meets West Coast dripper brother from an Italian mother. How's that? Right?
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're right on
All right.
there. So thank you so much. Have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you in just a couple months.
All right.
Bye.
See you in a couple months. Woohoo! Bye.